The January 6th committee made history tonight in its final meeting, voting to recommend the Justice Department pursue criminal charges against a former president of the United States. Among the accusations, obstruction of an official proceeding and inciting an insurrection. Maryland Democrat Jamie Raskin laid out just how serious Donald Trump's conduct was.
It is a grave federal offense anchored in the Constitution itself, which repeatedly opposes insurrections and domestic violence, and indeed uses participation in insurrection by office holders as automatic grounds for disqualification from ever holding public office again at the federal or state level. Anyone who incites others to engage in rebelling, assists them in doing so, or gives aid and comfort to those engaged in insurrection is guilty of a federal crime. The committee believes that more than sufficient evidence exists for a criminal referral of former President Trump for assisting or aiding and comforting those at the Capitol who engaged in a violent attack on the United States.
Committee Chairperson Benny Thompson and Vice Chair Liz Cheney set the tone for the unprecedented meeting with their opening statements earlier today.
So today, beyond our findings, we will also show that evidence we've gathered points to further action beyond the power of this committee or the Congress to help ensure accountability under law. Accountability that can only be found in the criminal justice system.
No man who would behave that way at that moment in time can ever serve in any position of authority in our nation again. He is unfit for any office.
In addition to the criminal referrals, the committee also released new evidence in today's meeting, including never-before-seen testimony from Trump White House aide and extremely close confidant, Hope Hicks.
When you wrote, I suggested it several times, and it presumably means that the president say something about being nonviolent. You wrote, I suggested it several times Monday and Tuesday, and he refused. Tell us what happened.
Sure. I didn't speak to the president about this directly, but I communicated people like Eric Hirschman that it was my view that it was important that the president put out some kind of message in advance of the event.
And what was Mr. Hirschman's response?
Mr. Hirschman said that he had made the same, recommendation directly to the president, and that he had refused. Just
so I understand, Mr. Hirschman said that he had already recommended to the president that the president convey a message that people should be peaceful on January 6th, and the president had refused to do that?
Yes.
There were also new details presented by California Democrat Zoe Lofgren, who described evidence of what sounded an awful lot like witness tampering.
One lawyer told a witness the witness could, in certain circumstances, tell the committee that she didn't recall facts when she actually did recall them. That lawyer also did not disclose who was paying for the lawyer's representation, despite questions from the client seeking that information. He told her, quote, we're not telling people where funding is coming from right now. We've learned that a client was offered potential employment that would make her, quote, financially very comfortable as the date of her testimony approached by entities that were apparently linked to Donald Trump and his associates. These offers were withdrawn or didn't materialize as reports of the content of her testimony circulated. The witness believed this was an effort to affect her testimony.
That was a wow.